But here's the thing. When we stand together, it is impossible to conquer us. He said, no matter what ship our ancestors arrived on, we are all in the same boat now. That there's a right way to worship and a wrong way to love. People who seek first to divide and then to conquer. But more often than not, what I've witnessed and experienced are human beings, both conservative and liberal, who may not agree with each other, but who'd still help you in a heartbeat if you were in trouble.
Oprah versus Trump, because this 2024 showdown just got personal. Trump's newest meltdown includes calling Oprah a failed interviewer and, wait for it, suggesting she be deported. What did Oprah say that sent him into such a spiral? And how does it tie to a voter registration frenzy? Let's break it all down. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great! Thank you so much. Now, back to the video.
And what we're gonna do is elect Kamala Harris as the next president of the United States. After watching the Obamas last night, that was some epic fire, wasn't it? Some epic fire. We're now so fired up, we can't wait to leave here and do something. As a nation of us against them, people who want to scare you, who want to rule you, people who'd have you believe that books are dangerous and assault rifles are safe.
Imagine this, calling Oprah Winfrey, a global icon, billionaire, and quite literally someone whose book club changes careers, a failed interviewer. That alone would have been ridiculous, but Trump didn't stop there. Nope, he took it up a notch and actually suggested Oprah be deported. The Oprah, born and raised in Mississippi Oprah. It's one thing to criticize her, but deportation? The man just sandal-clapped his own credibility. Here's what makes this so entertaining. Of all the people to attack over skills, Trump goes after Oprah, whose interview with Harry and Meghan became an international event, and whose better interviews with actual journalists earned her awards. Laughably, this man has praised her in the not-so-distant past. Back in 1999, Trump called Oprah his dream vice presidential pick.
Late last night, just minutes before midnight, President Trump taking to Twitter to slam Oprah. Just watched a very insecure Oprah Winfrey, who at one point I knew very well, interview a panel of people on 60 Minutes.
There was one more tweet from the president making headlines today, the one he sent not long before midnight last night. It was about Oprah, calling her insecure.
Tweeting, the questions were biased and slanted, the facts incorrect. Hope Oprah runs so she can be exposed and defeated, just like all of the others.
Polls are showing that respect for the United States is eroding around the world.
The former talk show host sitting down with a group of Michigan voters, but Trump didn't approve.
And in 2013, he posted on Twitter, X, about her incredible talent. Now she's un-American. Make it make sense, Donnie. But this is where it gets strategically dicey for him. Trump's campaign is desperately trying to woo suburban women and black voters. Yet, he's attacking someone who is beloved by both those demographics. Like, Oprah goes on one church-speaking tour and voters show up. Meanwhile, Trump's team is trying to figure out how to even pronounce the word relatable. It's almost as if he's throwing everything at the wall, hoping something sticks. But all he's managed to stick so far is a giant neon sign saying, "I'm intimidated." And here's the kicker. Oprah hasn't really bothered to engage in his nonsense. She has, instead, kept her focus on mobilizing voters. Her comments about democracy being at risk, speeches about accountability, and direct action through partnerships with organizations have already spiked voter registration numbers. Imagine looking like the rational adult in the room compared to an ex-president throwing around Deport Oprah like it's an Uno reverse card. Here's what's probably eating at Trump the most: Oprah's effortless ability to shift the culture without even breaking a sweat. Trump may be trying to paint this as a feud, but really it's closer to him shaking his little fists at a hurricane, while Oprah calmly schedules the next storm. Now let's talk about why her words are hitting so hard where it matters. What could Oprah have possibly said about democracy that made Trump come unglued? Well, a lot, actually. And the kicker is, it wasn't even all about him. At a voter registration rally in Los Angeles, Oprah delivered a stark warning about where America might be headed. She practically handed everyone a flashlight and said, "Look into this abyss." Her message was simple but chilling. If people don't vote, they might one day wake up in a country where democracy, as they know it, is gone. It's heavy stuff, and coming from Oprah, who normally avoids hard-edged rhetoric about politics, it hit like a megaphone at a library. One reason it resonated so much is because her warnings weren't exaggerated. They were tied to real, ongoing plans. Case in point, the Heritage Foundation's Project 2025. It's a detailed political manual outlining how a potential Trump presidency could expand executive power, gut federal agencies of nonpartisan staff, and basically install a system full of loyalists who take their orders from one person. Oprah didn't sugarcoat it. This was a roadmap to dismantling democratic norms. And it's not theoretical. Trump himself has openly admired foreign dictators and promised to use government agencies to target his opponents. Oprah called it out for what it is: a systematic attempt to override the will of the people. What makes her approach so effective is how it cuts across party lines. Framing the 2024 election as a fight for democracy isn't about political teams. It's about protecting a system that should serve everyone. Even Vice President Kamala Harris backed Oprah's point in a now viral interview, where she called Trump's refusal to commit to election results un-American at its core. That wasn't an exaggeration either. Trump refusing the basic principles of democratic transition? It's like throwing out the playbook and saying, "Nah, I'm good." And Oprah's warning wasn't just talk. Her efforts, speaking in churches, rallying on stage, and quietly donating big bucks to groups like the NAACP, lit a fire. We're talking a 300% spike in voter registrations just 24 hours after one of her speeches. These aren't numbers Trump can ignore. And honestly, that might be the real reason he's fuming. Few cultural figures can turn words into action as effortlessly as Oprah, and every voter she's inspiring to show up makes 2024 that much harder for Donnie. And honestly, that's why he's nervous. Oprah versus Trump isn't just headlines, it's two Americas squaring off. On one side, you've got Oprah with her "vote like your democracy depends on it" message, rallying for unity, accountability, and a future grounded in diversity. On the other, there's Trump, pushing populist anger and his vision of power that bends the rules. What's wild is how his attack on Oprah is more like free press for her. Every insult makes her voice louder, her influence stronger. If anything, Trump's tantrum just helped Oprah reach even more voters. Imagine sabotaging yourself like that. Some might call it Oprah's revenge.